Mafia, it's your boy AJ. It's Nets News. Hashtag we go hard. Make sure you hit that like button, support the channel. So we're coming off a historic game from Kevin Durant that put the world on notice that he's the best player in the world. Now I wanted to point out a few adjustments we could make that could help us tonight in game 6. Now, one adjustment is lineups. We got to change the starting lineup. Last game, Steve Nash started Bruce Brown. We can't really do that anymore. Bruce Brown has to come off the bench, in my opinion. That lineup was more effective because of Kyrie and KD. We had two shooting threats, scoring threats, and Bruce was our roller, defender, etc. But now that we just have KD and Harden is very limited, I don't think we can have Bruce in that starting lineup anymore because he kind of clogs up the lane and gives the Bucks an easier route to double team KD because Bruce can't shoot. So whoever guarding Bruce can double if Bruce starts tonight. So I'm not saying Bruce just shouldn't play at all. I'm just saying I feel like we would have a better start if we put an offensive lineup out there first in the first quarter. So we have a better start in the beginning, because we always, if you're a Nets fan, we've struggled with first quarters all year with a good start. Now, Nash got exposed last game, and he knew he was wrong for starting Bruce Brown last game, and he realized it at the start of the half. If you watched the game last game, at the start of the half, he sat Bruce. Now, when we were down by 17 in the first half, which is why he changed the starters at the beginning of the second half. You know what I'm saying? So James Harden, Joe Harris, KD, Jeff Green, and Blake, that lineup was shockingly the lineup that started the amazing run we had in the third quarter. So that lineup is the lineup that we saw had success in that third quarter. So like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we should go with that lineup, you know what I'm saying? Now Shamet was inserted into that mix in the third quarter at a certain point, and so I wouldn't even mind seeing Nash insert him in the starting lineup instead of Joe Harris. Now we all know Joe is in a slump, so you let me know in the comments, should we start Joe Harris, keep him in that starting lineup, or should we insert Landry Shamet in that starting lineup and let Joe be our sixth man, come off the bench and start hitting threes? Hopefully he can hit threes this game. So let me know in the comments. And then, like I said, we start those guys, and then we can bring Joe Harris and Claxton off the bench. Or should we keep giving Joe another chance, and maybe he'll snap out of it today after 3 games in a row of just missing almost every shot? Now, the reason I feel like why the KD, Jeff Green, Shamet, Blake, and Harden lineup worked so well, because by putting KD as the main ball handler, it forces the defense to respect everybody around him as a shooter. That way we have a high pick and roll. Here you see KD gets downhill. It forces the defense to make a decision. Do we commit to that double team or trap KD? Or do we let these guys shoot? Now, I expect in game 6 the Bucks to double team KD. Now, so in that third quarter of game 5, it backfired because they chose to hard trap KD off that pick and roll, but Jeff Green was hitting threes, Blake was hitting threes, Shamet was hitting threes. That's why this lineup, I said them before, is so effective against the Bucks. Now the second adjustment is to get KD more looks in the post. Now we did a beautiful job of running offense and getting KD open, but I feel like he should get just a tiny bit more post touches. This could also space the floor as long as we put shooters around KD, open up cutting lanes and free up open shooters if the Bucks decide to double KD this game. So again, we should get KD more post touches. Now that's my second adjustment. My first adjustment is to put shooters around KD, start Blake and Jeff, and maybe possibly think about if you want to give Joe Harris another chance, start him at the 2. If not, insert Shamet. But again, it's probably Nash. I think Nash will probably end up starting Joe Harris and bringing Shamet off the bench. Now the third adjustment I have is hiding Harden on defense. Yes, I said it. Hide Harden on defense. Harden is limited, so we got to be aware of the Bucks exploiting Harden on defense. Now I'm gonna play a clip of what Steve Nash said about the Bucks targeting Harden on defense.
I don't know at all what James will look like from the next game compared to last night, but I think there's certain things that he's going to feel more comfortable with just from the comfort of having played more basketball, having a game under his belt, having felt it out there. That can only make him more comfortable and improve if physically he's okay. And so far he is. I don't know. I mean, maybe they will try to target him more. It's not really what they do, you know. So it would be a departure in some ways, but they may, and we'll be ready for that as well.
So, like I said, as he said, he's going to be ready for the Bucks to exploit Harden. But I don't know about Nash. He said he's going to be ready, but you could never trust him to make in-game adjustments. It's just. It's just you guys know how I feel. Now, a way we can hide Harden, honestly, on defense is to have him actually guard Brook Lopez on defense. People underestimate how good of a post defender Harden is and a rebounder that he is. So, but by him guarding Brook, it's not asking him to do too much, because Brook doesn't really do anything. I put this on the screen. Watch this on the screen. 9 times out of 10, we watch the Bucks offense. Look where Brook is standing at that 3-point line. They haven't posted up Brook Lopez this whole series long, and I doubt they're gonna start. They doubt they're gonna do it. The only way Brook Lopez scores is if somebody drives and he gets an open look from 3, or if he gets a rebound. So Harden can basically chill on defense guarding Brook and not be too affected by sudden movements or attacked on driving, people driving at him and crossing him over. Now, if the Bucks figure that out, you want to hide on Brook, and then they could call out Brook for screens. Because the Nets switch, the Nets got to make sure the screener has to fight over that screen so Harden can stay in drop coverage, so he's not exposed. Also, we can also throw Harden on Giannis is a good way to hide him. Also, because again, he doesn't have to do too much, just drop back in the coverage and be strong enough to not let Giannis bully him in the paint, and he is strong enough to do that. So when he drives, and Harden is very strong, he's an underrated post defender. Now, we've seen how the Nets usually guard Giannis. They do not switch on Giannis screens. The whole series, we've been seeing Bruce Brown or KD or whoever fight over the screen and let Blake sink back or Jeff sink back in that coverage, because we know Giannis can't shoot. So yeah, those are my 3 adjustments. Hide Harden on defense, get KD more post touches, and fix the rotation. Start Harden, Shamet, Jeff Green, Blake, KD. Put all shooters around KD. Keep him in the high pick and roll. That way he can distribute the ball and pass to shooters when he gets doubled or trapped. Bring Joe off the bench as a 6th man, possibly. Think about it. And then Bruce and Claxton for defense when we need stops. Most likely, Nash won't do any of these, but I make these videos just to show y'all there are other options, how we can play. Let me know in the comments, what adjustments did I miss? What adjustments would you make going into Game 6? Let's end it tonight, Nets Nation. I don't want a Game 7. I wanted to finish it tonight. This way we give Kyrie and Harden more rest going into the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't forget to hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711. It's your boy AJ. It's Nets News. Holla at me. I'm out.